Hey, Alice.
Yes? Is something wrong?
What do you mean, is something wrong? I'm going out with my friends today.
Oh, really? Have fun.
Won't you drive me?
Huh?
What, you can't?
I have work today.
Then take the day off work.
No, I can't.
Ugh, I guess I have no choice. I don't want to have to turn to him, but I guess I'll ask the shut-in for help.
The shut-in?
Elijah's always at home, right? So he must be free.
No, that's not true. He's working from home.
You say he's working, but what kind of work can you do shut inside your room all day? Isn't he over 30? I wish he'd get a hold of himself and go out in the real world and work properly. Well, he's at home so he can help me. I'm going to go ask him.
Wait! This isn't the first time this happens. My mother-in-law doesn't accept anything me or my husband Elijah do. I understand that she's from a generation when working from home wasn't customary. The term work at home is more well known now, but it still has a long way to go before everyone knows it. My husband works as a freelance systems engineer. It might look like he just sits at his computer all day, but he's really skilled. He makes much more money than me, even though I work a regular full-time day job. I hope that my mother-in-law will accept Elijah's job one day, but things don't seem too hopeful. I've thought to myself many times that I wish I could run away from her. But there's a reason why we're living with Elijah's mother. Around 1 year ago, Elijah and I were living in our own apartment. We were enjoying our newlywed life together, but then we suddenly got a call from Elijah's older brother, Lucas. He told us that his and Elijah's mother's health was suffering and that she had quit her job. When they got together to discuss this as a family, Lucas one-sidedly decided that Elijah and I should move in with their mother. Lucas actually lived near her. He was only 30 minutes away by car, but he probably just didn't want to move back in with her. Elijah tried telling Lucas to do it, but Lucas made up excuses about being too busy with work. Elijah had no choice but to agree. Elijah spoke to me about it, of course, and I agreed. I knew my mother-in-law could be a bit odd, but if she needed taking care of, what could we do? We began living with her shortly after.
I wish I didn't have to see you guys every day. Why didn't Lucas move in?
Lucas told me I should come take care of you.
Lucas is so kind.
Huh?
If Lucas told you to take care of me, that means he's worried about me, right? That's because he's kind.
So what about us? Alice even changed the department and office she works in so that she could move here.
Yeah, thanks a ton.
Mom?
Elijah, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, please just don't make a mess of my house.
We'll be careful. And like that, our lives together began. I can't say it was a pleasant experience. My mother-in-law would take advantage of Elijah and I every day in order to do what she wanted. Of course, Elijah would protect me when he was around, but when I was alone with her, I was her enemy. I thought I'd get used to it one day, but then there was a big change.
What did you just say? Please, don't make me keep repeating myself. I want you two to leave.
Elijah and I couldn't understand what was going on. Why was she saying that? When I asked her why, she said,
Lucas and his wife are moving in.
My brother and his wife? But why now? My brother told me to come take care of you.
He was laid off from his job.
Laid off?
He thought he might get laid off, and it was recently put into action.
Is that so?
So, since things will be tough on him financially from now on, I told him to move in here.
So, you're chasing us out?
Elijah's mother began laughing.
You're a shut-in without a job. Don't act important.
What?
If it's Lucas, he'll be fine. From what I've heard, he thinks one of his former clients will hire him. He's worked hard until now. And getting laid off from a job you've worked hard at must be tough. Of course, you wouldn't understand that.
I don't care if you accept my job or not. I never cared.
Ah, really?
I'm just worried that you'll come crying to Alice and I later.
Of course I won't do that.
In that case, fine. We'll move out.
Thanks.
Elijah, is this really okay?
It's okay. In fact, this is good for us. This house isn't close to the train station anyway.
That's true, but should we think about hiring someone to take care of your mother?
If she says she's fine, let's leave it at that.
Elijah's decision was set. It didn't matter what I said. The next day, my brother-in-law came over with his wife.
Oh, Elijah and Alice. Sorry about all this. Leave everything here to the two of us.
Yeah, thank you for everything until now. Please do what you want from now on.
The two of them thanked us while lightly laughing.
As they said, you two can leave now.
We've done so much for my mother-in-law until now, but she's just kicking us out like this. I felt anger bubbling up inside of me. Elijah seemed to feel the same way.
Lucas.
What?
Is everything okay with your job hunt? Of course it's okay. Unlike you, I've got real skills. I already have an offer for a new job. When did you get that offer?
About 6 months ago.
Okay. What? If you want to say something, just say it. I'm just wondering whether the offer still stands, considering they gave it to you so long ago. You think I can't join that company? Give me a break. A bum like you has no right to act so important. I make way more money than you. Way more than me? Well, that's impressive. You and I are on different levels. Fine. I have nothing else to say. If you make more money than me, I can rest easy. I leave Mom to you. If you try to cling on to Alice and I later, I'll show you no mercy. There's no way I'm clinging on to a bum like you.
Elijah, know your position before you speak. Elijah, you're so funny.
The three of them laughed and obviously looked down on Elijah. But Elijah smiled right back at them. As Elijah and I were leaving the house, Lucas asked me,
By the way, where are you going to live? In a rundown apartment?
We're moving into high-rise. Lucas began laughing, hysterically.
Wait, a high-rise? You mean the one downtown? Hey, that's not a funny joke.
But it's true.
Okay, fine. You're embarrassed because we looked down on you. I get it. Just don't get sick out there, okay?
Elijah was in the car already, so I thought this was my chance to let off some steam.
Lucas, you should be careful of what you say. What would you do if you and Elijah swapped places?
That's not possible.
Not possible? Then there's no point in me talking to you anymore. I'm sure you'll regret this soon.
Alice, Elijah is beginning to affect you. It's a shame. Well, whatever. Bye.
Elijah and I left his mother's house. But 2 months later, things went just as I expected. It was around a month and a half after Elijah and I had moved into our new apartment. I happened to bump into Lucas's wife.
Alice!
Jennifer, it's been a while. Jennifer seemed to be deep in thought. Did something happen? As soon as I said that, Jennifer stepped towards me with a face that said she was waiting for me to ask her that.
Will you hear me out?
Sure. She began to speak about what was going on at their home.
My mother-in-law and I thought that Lucas would start working shortly after, but he doesn't seem to be working at all.
Oh? But I thought he had a job offer from one of his ex-clients.
It turns out that was just something that client said while they were out drinking. He was drunk, so he wasn't actually serious.
I had a feeling. You can't really trust what people say when you go drinking with them. They get in a good mood and say things without realizing. The next day they act like they never said that, and your hopes get shattered. Elijah and I always thought this whole story was a bit strange.
Lucas is rushing around looking for a job, but he can't find one.
I see. Then Lucas's wife said,
Hey, can you lend us some money?
Excuse me?
Even if it's a little, you saved money while living with Elijah and Lucas's mother, right? So I wondered if you could let us borrow that.
Good of you to say after you looked down on Elijah and I so much.
I think that was wrong of us. So, can't you lend us some money now?
No. When I continued to turn her down, her personality changed.
I see, so you can't lend us money, huh? Phew, that was a close one. I almost brought myself down to your level.
Excuse me?
Well, you're living in an old rundown apartment, right? Of course, you don't have money to lend us. Sorry.
What's this out of nowhere? We live in a nice apartment in a high-rise downtown.
There's no way that's true. To afford living there, you and Elijah would have to make way more money.
Really? So you still don't believe us?
Of course not.
Shall I show you around our home?
Oh, that'll be nice. If I see your home, I'll probably feel less sorry for myself.
Jennifer laughed happily. I brought her to our apartment. Our neighborhood was full of fancy apartment buildings. I calmly walked towards our building. Jennifer had a strange look on her face.
Hey, we're in a really nice area now. How long are we going to keep walking?
We're here.
Where?
Here, it's this building.
Huh?
When I showed her our building, she was shocked.
You're lying, right? You really live in a high-rise?
Well, that's what I keep telling you.
There's no way I can believe that.
Elijah's salary is pretty high. Elijah is a freelance systems engineer and he has contracts with many companies. Thanks to that, we can live in such a nice place. At that moment, the front doors to our building slid open and Elijah stepped out.
Oh? Alice, Jennifer, what are you doing here?
Lucas's wife suddenly pulled out her phone and began calling someone. A little later, Lucas and my mother-in-law pulled up in their car.
Why are you three here? Elijah, please, lend me money. What? I didn't know you had the money to live somewhere this nice. That's why I spoke like that. I'm really sorry. You kept calling me a bum, but seems it was the opposite. You can say anything you want to me. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
I asked you, right? What would you do if you and Elijah swapped positions? But you said, that's not possible, right? If you had asked me what I meant then, this wouldn't have happened.
Ugh.
Elijah, please. I don't want to live with these people anymore. All your mother does is complain every day. I'm sick of it.
That's what you think about us? What kind of wife are you?
I worry about money every day. I'm sick of it. So at least, can't you pity me and give me some money?
They were really eating her own words. The way the three of them begged Elijah for money was a perfect example of that idiom.
I get it. Then, go away. You're just causing a scene. What?
Elijah, I'm your mother. Are you really going to abandon me?
Who abandoned who?
Huh?
Who's the one who chased me away, saying that I'm an unemployed shut-in? I never planned on taking care of you. But when I heard you weren't doing well, I did what I could because Lucas asked me to take care of you. I regretted it completely.
Elijah?
I won't lend any of you even a single penny. Leave!
Elijah yelled angrily. The three of them left without saying another word. Elijah, are you okay?
Phew! That was the first time I've been that mad. My heart is beating like crazy.
Elijah sat on the ground. You're best when you're happy.
You're right. I won't be mad anymore.
And like that drama came to an end. Afterwards, Lucas and Jennifer went to a recruitment center to find a job. They both started working, but I've heard their salaries are really low and the jobs are tough. My mother-in-law has sent us many texts trying to convince us to lend her money, but we ignore all of them. Wanting us to lend her money after all, this is too much. The three of them are stuck worrying about money every single day. They got what they deserved. No longer stressed by Elijah's family, I discovered I was pregnant. I hope that from now on, Elijah, our baby, and I will live a happy life together.